And so now in here we have the new Eclipson twin, yet to be named. Right now it's just called the twin. But essentially this is the newest Eclipson plane. Hopefully I could get a flight in and show you guys how she flies, get you the real Maiden experience. It's the Eclipson twin. Let's see how we go. So this is the Eclipson twin, yet to be named. At its core, it's a twin-engined STOL plane. Not STOL, as in falling out the sky, but STOL, S-T-O-L, short takeoff and landing. This means that the plane has to have enough power, got a bit of flap, and a robust landing gear because it needs to be able to take off really quickly and land in the shortest distance possible. So this model has a 1.6 meter wingspan, and just overall, it's not just the size of the wingspan, it's actually quite a large model. Especially when we're talking about Eclipson planes and 3D printed planes. This thing's relatively big. In terms of the drive, she does run a larger than the standard Eclipson recommended motors. Usually they run 2212. This one is running a 2814. In addition to that, this thing is running 11-inch propellers, so it's 11 by 45 is what I've got on this model right now, driven by, as I said, 2814 Sunny Sky motors in about 1000 kV on 4S. The wings on this thing is rectangular, and it's got quite a big chord. I think it's the distance from front to back. I believe that's what we call chord. And this should help with her stability and how easy it is to fly. If you look at some of the greatest flying planes out there, or the easiest flying planes out there, trainers, they all have a pretty big chord and pretty rectangular wing. Now, as you know, this is an unreleased beta test model from Eclipson. I've been lucky enough to be selected to be a part of it, and that's so cool. What that means to be in the beta test is that we get early access to the model before anyone else does. We get to test it out, we get to print it, assemble it, see how she goes, and be a part of that development process. In addition to that, it's a pretty cool gig because at the end of it, we get the model for free. And we get an early peek, as I can show it all to you now, so it's pretty cool. But it is a test at the end of the day. You're expected to build the model and to give some criticisms about it, just like a test pilot would. This means that you wear the risk of printing something out and you may not even be able to complete it if it's really not good because it's a test. Or when you take her out to fly, she may be really hard to fly if she flies at all, so you do wear that risk. This model did have an issue, and luckily one of the other guys in the beta test, KMI 3D Print, or Kevin, guys, you gotta hit him up. I'm gonna put a link in the description of the video. Actually tested it because he was the first one to complete his and got it to a flight, and it did take off, but 5 seconds later the tail just sheared itself off. Thankfully, I haven't finished my plane yet at that time, and he was able to report that with a video to the test group, and the designer actually made a change. They made the elevator a little bit smaller, and also they put reinforcements so that I was able to reprint that part and assemble the plane that I am showing you in this video. Thanks to Kevin, I actually have something to show you today, so please check out his channel, he does design his own planes as well, and you should really check out what he's got in stock because he's got some amazing models as well. I also want to shout out to the beta coordinator, Satoru. He's awesome at responding to issues, and he prints the model himself as well. He actively participates, and he's our conduit to the designer, so that guy works hard, and he's done a good job for the twin here. So big thank you to Satoru for running the test as well. Now, as I said, this is a beta test, and I understand that it is a test and that the risk is on me to whether to get this flying or not, or to even complete it. But this is actually a really cool thing, because when I do get to Maiden this thing and it actually flies, it gives me such a great feeling of achievement that, hey, I'm being a pioneer here. I'm testing something that hasn't been tested before, so I'm one of the first people in there. So that's why I'm so excited to show you guys how this one flew. Alright, shakedown taxi test. Turning radius is not too bad. Seems pretty responsive. A lot of power. Yeah, that's a lot of power. This twin has got a lot of power. I'll just check those I think the bolt's coming off, so we'll fix that. So the landing gear, main landing gear, needs a little bit of an adjustment, but it's alright. Alright, let's take her inside. Nice, look at that. Beautiful. Setup of the field isn't too bad here, so first things first, we find the right ESC, the left ESC, and I put some markings on the motor so that we can make sure that they spin the right way. So in here I put yellow, yep, yellow cable there, and this one is the black cable, so I'll put the black cable here. There we go, black cable. And obviously the last one will be the last one. There we go. And there's your left motor connected. There's the ESCs. Now we've got to connect the flaps. And then we connect the ailerons. And tuck all the cables out. And then do the wing lock. And she's pretty much ready. So for this flight we're going to be running two 4S2200s, one battery for each motor. So we'll do with one first to check our surfaces are all good. There we go. Receiver is connected. We want left aileron up, yep. We want right aileron up, yes. We want elevator up, yes. We want elevator down. We want rudder left, and we want rudder right. And the front wheel steering is all good as well. So I think we've got everything all good. Oh, flaps check, half flaps, and full flaps, and she's good. Alright, so now let's do a first spin-up test to make sure that it's all good. We have restrained the aircraft. Battery 1 on ESC 1 and battery 2 on ESC 2. There we go. Let's put the ESCs in here for the moment and let's just check how she goes. So let's go see if it spins. There you go. Beautiful. That's good. I think we're good. Alright. Let's wait for our turn on the airfield. Alright, here we go. She's all sealed up now. She should be all connected. Let's do one final control systems check.
I don't know, it looks like a ghost.
Yeah, I know, I need to paint it, but we'll do that after it flies. So we want left aileron, yes. We want right aileron, yes. We want elevator up, yes. We want elevator down, yes. We want rudder left and we want rudder right. We have half flaps and we have full flaps. And flaps up. Yeah?
Perfect.
Seems alright?
When happened?
Sorry? It could just crash, but it is what it is. CG was good. Let's get a taxiing. That's probably the first thing. Let's test it for taxi. Oh, a bit of power. Yeah, she's taxiing alright. Alright, let's line up to the runway. Half flaps. Alright guys, here we go. Eclipson twin beta. We've got great conditions going from that direction. We've got a timer. Let's put for 10, time to take off. Start the timer. Alright, let's go. Okay, flaps up. Oh, seems okay so far, pretty stable. Seems to be okay. Let's do a full circuit before we trim. Half throttle at the moment, let's get up higher. Yeah, nice. Very, very stable at the moment. Little bit of up trim, wouldn't go astray. There we go. Alright, so what we can do is do half flap testing. Actually, before we do that, maybe we should try to do how she stalls. So we'll go into our pattern here, and then we'll go. Alright, and then what we'll do, we do into the wind, power off, up. Nice. Wow, she's very stable in low speeds there, I gotta say. Wowee. Now on the next pass we will do what we'll do is we'll do a flap, see how the flaps behave. So flying straight and level, flap half. Flaps up. Okay, she climbs up quite high with the flaps, so we need a lot of compensation in the elevator when we go put flaps up. Flaps half there, we'll try it again. Flaps half. Yep, the flaps really, like having to put I have to put a lot of down elevator with the flaps, so we will do that. Alright, let's do a full throttle pass. See how she goes with full throttle. Bit of flutter on full throttle there. Gotta mix in some elevator compensation here for the flaps so that they're usable. So I reckon let's have a feel of how much. I reckon at least. Flaps one. There you go. She's climbing so much, even just in half flaps. I'm having to fight her so much. So okay, that's cool. I want to fly the full 4 minutes and pretty relatively flight
chilled flight for the moment. Alright, there's our timer, so we're gonna go for our landing approach next. Nice. Decent approach there. Decent approach. Yes. Whew! Right. What we learned from that is the flaps seem to take her up quite a bit, so we gotta put some down elevator compensation there. But she's very stable. Could probably even increase a little bit more, maybe a tiny bit more expo as well on the elevator. So that was pretty good. Happy with that. 4-minute flight. Let's get at it. Oh, that was stable. That was very stable.
It almost after an exciting crash.
I know everyone was after a crash, but actually, yeah, nah. There we go. That was beautiful. Woohoo! All right, so 4-minute flight. Let's check our battery voltages. Let's go and put it in here. 47%. And the other one, 47%. So that was a 4-minute flight, 4-minute-ish flight, 47% left on both batteries. 47, yeah, so 50%. So I reckon we could push it, what, 5 minutes? That was a 4-minute flight, so 2200. Half flaps, ready for takeoff. Much better now. And flaps up. Lovely now. Let's try those flaps in flight again. There you go. Lovely now. Beautiful. Flaps going nicely now. Half flaps. Full flaps. Still flying up quite a bit, so we need to add more compensation. So we're on half flaps here. I reckon we can attempt a bit of a landing in half flaps. She's pretty slow on half flaps, very effective. Bit heavy, bit heavy. Let's get it back here. Bit heavy. Let's just check all surfaces before we take off again, because that was a little bit hard, that landing. Right, starting the timer now, 3 minutes flight, let's go. Ooh, there's still a little bit of flutter on those elevators, I must say. Yeah, not bad. Flaps too. Nice. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Kill the flaps. Just check those elevators. There's a little bit of play in the elevator, so we'll probably want to fix that somehow. Should be alright.
Flaps 2. Flaps up.
Nice. Seems to be able to land easily even with no flaps, so it's not too bad. Here we go. Well, that's it for the afternoon's flight.